Hello, this is Fire, and I am still doing my playthroughs with low-level characters. I am not sure yet whether I want to play another route and run, or if I want to try unlocking another character. I don't really... Playing low-level Merle just doesn't seem fun to me. I am not a fan of low-level Merle. I think that you really need her to be at least level 4 before she stops just falling over when you look at her funny. And really you need her level 7 so that she doesn't just get flattened by the lore blossoms. So, first thing is, how am I going to modify this deck? So, I think one of the things that I have learned is that I do want to be a bit more aggressive. I think we're going to swap out one of the predicts for one of the focuses. I think I may actually swap out both. So if I'm going to go with those lower cost spells, I do probably want at least one lower cost damaging spell as well. I think swapping out the Hobble for the Haunted Memory makes a lot of sense. I think... I think I still want the Mend as a backup, and I'm just going to count on finding other damage. The question is if I want the Drain Life or if I want to swap that out. The Drain Life has done good work, and it is a lot of damage, so I may keep that for now. As far as the pool goes, I have unlocked a couple new... I think that may be worthwhile because it's just a bunch of damage, and then cut like Charge Shield. Frost Barrier is just the only way to get Purity, but it's conditional, and it's attached to a really bad shield card. So I think the combination of those two things makes it unappealing. Alright, I've got basically all the card draw. This is still really sketchy in the initial pool because I just obviously can't ever... see, if I can get 4 cards out for 6 mana, I like it a lot. I just don't think I can reliably do that with the setup I've got going, so. Alright, question is, I just, Mind Shield I never actually play. I think I'd rather have the Icy Orb. I think other than that, I just go as is and see what happens. I said the next one was going to be quick play, but I lied. Alright, so this is great. I love seeing both of these. They both will drop cards that I really want to have, and this gives us a chance at Mana Font. And this will probably give us a card that we're fine having. So, yeah, this seems like a very good way to be starting things out. Start setting up your shield. And I believe Drain Life is lethal? Yeah. And that's 15. And then, yeah. Yeah, just going all in on damage. Absolutely the play. A Lacerating Strike. Means I don't really need the Haunted Memory necessarily anymore. Although the fact that it is odd cost is actually relevant here. Freeze both. I don't get the kill here, but I do get 20 damage. That seems worthwhile. I don't really like being weak, but not much I can do about it. Draw non-mana. There's actually a chance that this gets me something else I can do this turn. I was kind of hoping for something more than that, but at least apply weak, which is something. Get a little bit of damage, but not really important. Thinking, let's pop you, I guess. Go ahead and manage just because I can. Need any other damage. I think I do that. Pop you. And there we go. Mighty Punch is pretty good damage. That's maybe the answer. I do really like having Mind Seeds, though. Just setting up mana, and I think that Our shield is pretty important to letting us get through these first crucial turns safely. But yeah, so that mend obviously is a liability in terms of getting things done on turn 1 a lot of the time. I think we do that. So there's that kill. There's no way that draws me anything worthwhile. The introspection is more an investment in the future of the run rather than something that I necessarily am running for right now. Regrowth. Just gonna play vulnerable. Let's see what we get. Okay, I think the play here is just to regrowth back that killing focus. Doesn't do a ton, but... And the weak means that we don't get shocked, which is nice because it's going to massively reduce the amount of damage we're in danger of taking here. Unfortunately, we can't get to exact 0 unless after we play the focus, which is less helpful. I do think it's worth getting this freeze off, and then that's going to be 15 and give us the growth, which I think is more valuable because it just gives us a lot more mana to play with this turn. And yeah, we can do this. And now we just need any damage. That's damage. God, this is very, very good, and so is that. I want both, but I think we'll start with the Shocking Grasp. I think we will upgrade the Shocking Grasp because that makes it incredible for just dumping a bunch of growth immediately. Yeah, Tome, but I don't have mana to use it yet, really. Womp. Delicious, delicious mana. I could have set up a freeze there, but I don't really care about being doomed, I think. I think this turn I am much more interested in trying to get this freeze off. I'm not quite going to get there. Because there's no way, because they're already vulnerable. Even duplicating that, I don't have mana for it. It's a little bit awkward. Let's go and do that. Deciding if I want to do that. I think we're just going to go for the maximum damage. And then save the mana for next turn. Yeah, because now, annoyingly, that purity is set up, which... That hand was just awful. Okay. So that is going to actually take care of the purity for me. And get it plated. And then... Alright. So, if I duplicate the ice, I can actually ice here. And I think that's worthwhile because I really don't want to take that double hit, I think. It does mean I'm wasting half of the duplicate, but... Oh, I would have had enough off of just the last rating strike. I'm dumb. Wasn't thinking. Let's do that because I can. Right, so we get decent amount of mana. More shock. Have to play as vulnerable. Oh, that's not still not gonna be enough. Whatever. Ah, so close. All right. See if we can get. Yep, there's the mend. That's actually kind of what I was hoping for. So that means that I can mend to get the rest of the heal. And yeah, Dispel Magic is tempting. Just getting more damage is also tempting, and this is pretty cheap damage. And we do have Arcane. This isn't the mana font that I want, obviously, but I'll take it. Maybe upgrade Regrowth first, and then Introspection next. I think we do not need the Haunted Memory, necessarily, now that we have... Well... Do we? Nah, let's got it. Alright. Let's apply Vulnerable. Let's shock, and then shock harder, because it's funny. Which then immediately just gets us so much. Whatever. We are going to want to freeze ourselves off of hitting because, ironically, blowing up that frost barrier is bad for us because we want to freeze ourselves on it. This applies frost weakness. So one of the other notes here is we won't get the back half of the card because we're freezing ourselves on the hit. So we didn't get to apply the weakness. So let me think. We're going to do... we need to be at 13 or lower, which basically means we need to do fewer than 5 hits. Yeah, that's fine. Not even close. We will take a bunch of damage here, but... we can bring back the mend. That seems okay. Whoops. Didn't get that full shock there. Is it worth copying this? That takes away both the powerful stacks. That seems kind of fun. We are going to be shocked at the end of the turn, or we are going to be frozen, which makes blowing up the powerful stacks more appealing. Yeah, sure. Now we take a bunch of damage again. It's my fault. Alright, I always forget that the turn after you get frozen is just spent setting up. If you get frozen by the frostbite attack, it's not actually that scary. I keep expecting it to be way worse than it actually ends up being. So, this is the first thing that's actually hit us for a real amount, I think. Can't remember if the last... I don't think the last fight... because the last fight was the mid-boss. So, no, that one's bad. That's really bad and useless. This opens up Mystic Ritual as a better card later. And I think that makes that worthwhile. I don't know that I have any cuts I want to make. I may just ship it as is. If I had gotten the Icy Cure, I might have cut the mend, but I didn't, so I think we're just moving on. I think. Alright, see you. Yeah, do both that. And then I can shut it down from setting up a bunch of buffs and such. Take a little bit of damage, but not really much. Hit. Probably should have copied it. Can I get... yes, if I duplicate, I will have enough mana to get this to go. Which I really want to get this freeze off so that I just don't take a bunch of damage here. Because now I should, hopefully, be able to get this kill. Yeah. Yeah, Crushing Strike is not Toughen. Toughen's kind of the one that I was hoping for more, but I don't hate it. It is still Mighty, and Mighty is still pretty valuable. We can go. Oomp. Let's just do that, I guess. We're gonna take some damage, but we also output a bunch of damage. We can kill you with that. I think we want to heal and then avoid getting poisoned. I think you are the biggest threat. So this isn't going to actually kill, but that lets us set up that. This probably doesn't actually draw me anything of value. That's kind of an unfortunate place to be in. We are going to take a bunch of damage again. Kind of like duplitoming. So take damage, but we killed off the annoying backliner. Heal a bit. Yeah, we need to upgrade our mana. We just need a lot more mana. This, yeah. Okay, Mighty Punch seems sketchy. I think we take the focus, because I do think we just need more mana. But I also kind of just want to upgrade the mana we have. I may take the Brainstorm. So I think the card that I'm hoping to see after this is Nature's Blessing. Alright, so that gets us just so much growth, which is really nice. And we can pop like that. And we're going to take a bit of damage. Unfortunately, there's going to be some healing coming through. But yeah, one short. Alright, now we get debuffed, which is annoying. But fortunately, the vulnerable won't actually end up doing anything to us. The Mend is probably the more annoying part of this. Not the Mend, the Purity. Sorry, words are hard sometimes. I don't actually know how to words. Yeah. Doesn't give us a ton of healing, but you know. Yeah, we are moving into the hell of infinite buffs, infinite debuffs. I think topping these makes sense. We just get to do a lot of damage this way. Yeah. And then it just does a bunch of damage, and then we just get blown up, and it hurts. These guys are jerk. Yes, oh, come on. Yeah, okay. This is really annoying. They just decided I'd die, so I died. Yeah. Like, I don't even know that I necessarily... Like, obviously, choices I made led to that outcome, but I don't know that there was anything I could have done differently. Because, you know, there was no way I was getting enough defense there. I had good damage output. I killed one of them on turn 1. I killed one of them on turn 2, and I killed another one on not too far after. Just, they decided to buff a bunch of... Because they spent, like, turn 1 setting up a whole bunch of death spores, and then... Oof. Yep. Okay. I'm going to cut off this recording, and I think my next run I'll probably do a different character.